New Mexico is known as the land of enchantment, and its largest city, Albuquerque, captures that spirit perfectly. I lived in Albuquerque for a couple years, and I loved my time in this fascinating city. In this video, I'll briefly cover Albuquerque's history, population, skyline, as well as a few things that make it unique. Now let's meet Albuquerque. I always like to start by exploring how a city wound up being where it is today. The Albuquerque area has been inhabited by various tribes for thousands of years, which is evident by the Petroglyph National Monument on the west side of the city. Albuquerque itself was founded in 1706 as a Spanish colonial outpost along the Rio Grande. It was named after the Duke of Albuquerque in Spain, although the first R was later dropped from the spelling. Plazas were soon established, and the largest one actually still stands today as Albuquerque's Old Town, which I'll talk more about later in the video. Thanks to Albuquerque's location along the El Camino Real, the trade route connecting Mexico City to Santa Fe, Albuquerque became an important stop for travelers and merchants. The coming of the Topeka and Santa Fe railways in 1880 transformed it from a small village into a regional trade hub. Later, Route 66 brought more visitors and solidified Albuquerque's reputation as a crossroads city of the American Southwest. Today, Albuquerque has a city proper population of around 560,000 people, which makes it by far the largest city in the state of New Mexico. I think metro population is a better indicator of a city's size, and Albuquerque has a metro population of around 930,000, which makes it the 62nd largest metro in the country, falling between Sarasota, Florida, and Bakersfield, California. Some of the most recognizable companies headquartered in the Albuquerque metro include Blake's Lotaburger, Dion's Pizza, and the Sandia National Laboratories, which grew out of the Manhattan Project and became one of the most significant research institutions in the history of the world. Albuquerque is home to a few colleges and universities. The most notable, however, is the state's flagship university and the alma mater of Bears legend Brian Urlacher, the University of New Mexico. Call me shallow, but when it comes to cities, I think appearances matter, and Albuquerque's skyline leaves a lot to be desired. There hasn't been a building built in Albuquerque taller than 200 feet in over 35 years. If you took the average height of Albuquerque's tallest 5 buildings, it would be ranked as the 82nd tallest skyline in the country, falling short of Peoria, Illinois, but being taller than Wichita, Kansas, and notably its southwest rival, Tucson, Arizona. The tallest building in Albuquerque is the Albuquerque Plaza Office Tower, which stands at 351 feet or 107 meters. Although the skyline may not do it for me, I do find Albuquerque to be one of the most beautiful cities in the country due to its proximity to the Sandia Mountains. Outside of Salt Lake City, no other metro of Albuquerque's size sits at the foot of a breathtaking mountain range like Albuquerque. And the Sandia Mountains themselves are beautiful mountains, with a large amount of exposed granite that turns a pinkish color during an Albuquerque sunset. Going up the face of the Sandias is one of Albuquerque's most famous attractions, the Sandia Peak Tramway. The iconic aerial tram is the longest tram in the Americas and was even the longest in the world from 1966 until 2010. One of the things that's amazing and a little unnerving about the tramway is that there are only 2 support towers the entire way up. Between the second tower and the top is a span of over 7,000 feet, which is the 3rd longest span of any tram in the world. I've gone on the tram and it's an incredible experience, not to mention the view at the top. As one of the oldest cities in the country, Albuquerque has a fascinating history, and earlier in the video I'd mentioned the old Spanish plazas. On the north side of the plaza is the San Felipe de Neri Church, which was completed in 1793 and is one of the few 18th century churches that's still in continuous use west of the Mississippi. The Old Town District has various shops, restaurants, as well as the large Albuquerque Museum, which features various art from the Southwest along with exhibits on the city's rich history. And before I move on from the city's history, I need to mention the Petroglyph National Monument. Located on the volcanic escarpment on the western edge of the city, the Petroglyph National Monument has over 24,000 images carved on rocks by Pueblo people and the early Spanish settlers. It's the largest concentration of Native American petroglyphs in any urban setting anywhere in North America. Albuquerque has a collection of unique museums. The first that I'll mention is the Turquoise Museum, which is located in a castle-like mansion. The museum explores how turquoise is mined, graded, and used in art around the world. It also has one of the world's largest collections of turquoise jewelry and artifacts. A couple other museums worth mentioning are the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, which has exhibits featuring Pueblo art, and the National Museum of Nuclear Science and History. It's a Smithsonian-affiliated museum and features exhibits showing the various uses of nuclear science. What Albuquerque is most famous for, however, is the International Balloon Fiesta. Every October, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta fills the sky over Albuquerque with over 500 hot air balloons, which makes it the largest event of its kind in the world. I've participated in the event and have been below the balloons during what is known as the mass ascension, where hundreds of balloons launch at once. The scale of the fiesta is staggering, and I'd go as far as to say it's the most visually impressive annual festival anywhere in the country. Over the past decade, perhaps nothing has put Albuquerque on the map for as many people as the Breaking Bad TV show. Many of the buildings in the show are operating businesses in Albuquerque, such as the large car wash Walter White worked in at the beginning of the show. It's become enough of a cultural phenomenon that there are companies in Albuquerque that specialize in Breaking Bad tours. And I'll wrap up this video by mentioning that Albuquerque has some of the best food of any city I've ever visited. The blend of Hispanic and Native American cuisines combined with New Mexico's famous green chilies make its food scene unique. Well, that does it for my video on Albuquerque. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.